I'm going to try my absolute best to word this one, but I'll probably stumble a lot. But yeah, the address book, the most complicated one in my opinion. I will see what I can do. Um, so, okay, here's the address book. Here it is. Okay, here it is. Um, Basically, A, B, these are all last names. It's pretty cool, right? So, here we have a we're gonna make class level variables. Um, so we're making address list item. Then we're assigning this address names.txt file. We're assigning it to path. Here it is, by the way. And if you notice, it's the last name. It's basically like in groups of three. One is the last name, the second line is the first name, and then the last line is the phone number. And you kind of saw that when I you know did the debugging here. You kind of saw that. So um I see so many tabs. Where am I? Okay. And then int name count. Keep track of the number of names in the text file. Okay, we're gonna use this for a loop, of course. Um, so here, just when we load the form, we're going to add to list view B items. We're gonna add the last name Baker. Then we're gonna add to the sub items collection. We're gonna add Terry, and then after that, right after that, we're gonna add the phone number, and then same thing, list view B. We're gonna add Becker's last name there, Becker, and then Jerry as his first name, and then etc. etc. So we scroll down. I'll explain this later. We scroll down here to populate book. Now it's a method. Okay, we have string name string tab, and then if file exists. So okay, if it exists, if scroll all the way up again, if this exists, right? If path holds a file here, if that exists, then let's do all of this. But if it doesn't, it's going to show me a message box. The file does not exist. Okay, so now we're going to make a array of strings here. Lines of text, we'll call it. We're gonna do file dot read all lines of the path here. So we're gonna read all of the lines, and it's going to separate each line into the string array. Right? So like this first line here, it's gonna be 0 index number 1, and then index number 2, right? Line number 4 would be index number 3, again 0 based, yeah, okay. So a for loop, okay? So we're gonna do I told you how it's in groups of 3, right? So we're going to do lines. We're gonna do int I equals name count, and remember, name count is the class level variable here. So we're gonna keep running this as long as I is less than lines of text, right? So as long as the name count obviously is less than the lines of text, right? And then we're gonna keep going, and every time we do the loop, it's gonna, again, because it's in groups of 3, right? It's groups of 3, so we're gonna increment by 3 every time we go through the loop. Okay, so name is the lines of text, and then whatever line we're on. So let's say we're on line like 1, for example. Or I guess it would be, yeah, it would be 0, honestly. So it would be line 1, which would be index 0, because name count is 0 right now. So I is 0. Okay. So we got the name of index 0, line number 1, and then the first character of that is going to be tab, and we're going to make sure tab is uppercase, and we'll make sure of that later on too, as you can, as you'll see later. Switch case is basically a more clean else if, if else statement. Basically, we got our tab. This is what we're checking against. And in the case that the first letter is capital A, then we do this, right? We use the A, we add, and then whatever the lines of text is, and then we go down 1 for the first name, and then down 2 for the phone number. We have all the options for all the alphabets here, okay? All the letters of the alphabet. And then I guess, let's see here. Once the loop is finished, right, we're on to the next line of code. Name count equals lines of text dot length. So now name count. And now remember, name count is a class level variable. So it actually keeps track of where we stopped. So the next time we run this method, it won't just, basically duplicate. It won't populate it all over. It won't populate the whole thing all over again. It'll just start from where we left off. It'll just, yeah. So that's pretty cool. And then we have this add. Let's see here. I'll show you. Add new contact. And basically we're going to make a new object. Then we're going to show the add user. I made a new form. We're going to show the dialog. So basically what this means is we're going to show it, and it'll wait for us to close it before it moves on to the next statement here. So, add new contact. Check this out. Othello, Stone, phone number 7573. Let's do a fake 4 digits here. Add contact, boom. And then let me close it. Now watch this. Go to S. So once I close it, right, it'll go to the populate book method again, right? But again, it won't populate it all over again, because we're keeping track of it, and we're just starting where we left off because of this class level variable name count. Anyways, I go to S, and there I am. I forgot to put the hyphen or whatever, but you get the point. There I am. Yes, okay. And it's even added to, as you can see. Now let's take a look at that add users form too. So again, I have string path equals the text, the text file. In the event that we press the add contact a button there, if it's null or empty, then it says I must first enter a name. Then it'll focus on that. Same thing with the last name, same thing with the phone number. That's what the focus method does. It focuses on, it'll like put your cursor in it, I think. Now this is kind of weird. I don't understand this too much, but I think it goes like this. So, string new contact 1. We have all of this, right? Obviously, we're going to make a new line for each of them, right? So that it follows that like 3 by 3 by 3, rule or whatever, right? If it exists, then append all text. Else, then write all. It'll like make a new file to write all of this stuff in. But if not, if it does exist, then it'll just append to the already existing text file. Then it'll clear, so I can do another one. And you saw it too earlier. It cleared once I pressed the button. Back to this though. So it does this, and then this basically makes sure that I have it all capitalized. So it makes a new. Let's see. It makes a new text info object using the properties of the culture info class, I guess, I think. And it's English USA. Those are the rules it's gonna follow. That's the culture it's using. And then toTitle case. Okay. It changes the case of each word to uppercase. Okay, so now it's proper grammar here. Let me just do it one more time. So, add new contact. Okay. Let's do I'm trying to think of, let's do Riverland Warrior, okay? And the phone number 777. Wait, let's do 867. No. Let's do 507, and then 867 5309. Okay. Then it'll do the method. Once I close this, then it'll just populate from where I left off. If I go to Warrior, the last name, right, then it should show me Riverland Warrior here. And it does. Okay. I don't know how to get rid of this, but let's do that. Okay. And that's about it. Hopefully I explained this well enough, right? Yep, bye.